सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणीं विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. Salutations, Mother Saraswati, giver of boons, fulfiller of desires, bless me so that I may begin my studies successfully. May there be accomplishments. Respected Vice Chancellor, respected Dr. GSK, all founder members of the GSK Social Lab, the better and best half of GSK. Good morning to all of you and happy Vijayadashmi. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
At the outset, let me wish the very best for this initiative of GSK Social Labs, which I have the privilege of inaugurating on this auspicious occasion of Dasara. There is an important reason to celebrate Dr. Satish Kumar and his band of brave young youth today. Let me use an academic analogy to explain why. We are all researchers gathered here. We are familiar with the concept of research gap. As researchers, we explore all the scholarship in a particular area and identify a critical research gap so as to make our own original contribution to that scholarship. Similarly, a social practitioner has to explore the society of her time, identify the critical social gaps, and then address those gaps through techno-sociological solutions. As I was reading through Dr. GSK's brief, it struck me that this is exactly what you have done. You have identified three critical needs: capacity building, information technology, and lifelong learning. Globalization and repeated financial crises have already brought in a period of unprecedented change and uncertainty. At such a juncture of large-scale disruption, continuous and consistent capacity building is essential to survive and overcome the challenges that the future brings. In an uncertain work environment, where upgrading skills is not just a choice but an imperative, information technology is an important tool, though not the only one, available to us with the demands of continuous learning and capacity building. By bringing in capacity building, lifelong learning, and information technology into one integrated solution, the GSK Social Lab is poised to address a critical social gap which will be of immediate relevance to the future of life and work in our beloved country. I also wish to offer a word of caution. I have spent too long in public service, seen too much human suffering firsthand, to put my faith completely in technological solutions. So the first thing I would remind you is, behind the app, there is a reality. It is that reality that you should reach out to. We are seeing devastating floods in Karnataka now. I myself have been in charge of relief and rescue operations, supervised many flood rescue situations earlier. Technology is certainly a great help, but what shines through in such situations is human courage and commitment. So, never forget that your aim is not to have a technically elegant solution, but to go beyond technology to evolve a solution that truly alleviates human suffering and meets human needs. Second, cultivate a sense of personal social responsibility or individual social responsibility. For too long, we have shirked our role as public servants by assigning social responsibility to governments in the name of public service or corporates in the name of corporate social responsibility. Each of us, however, has a personal social responsibility which we should nurture, practice and disseminate. I would like GSK Social Lab to do exactly that. Third, and this is particularly important on a day when we celebrate the triumph of good over evil. In our country, our grandparents feed us stories of not just valor but virtue. Our heroes are not only kings and warriors like Rana Pratap or Pulikesin or Rajendra Cholan, but saints like Ramana Maharishi or Vivekananda or Mahatmas like Gandhiji. Yet we seem to think that ethics is a matter for our public lives, for our private lives, and have no relevance to our public life as citizens. I see strange anomalies in my profession. Individuals who build temples out of corrupt earnings, who denounce caste but practice gender discrimination, who feed the poor but destroy the environment. This is not hypocrisy. It is a genuine dichotomy in our psyches and in our minds. One contribution that a social lab can make is to align our private and our public ethics so that we become not just good parents or siblings or spouses, but truly public-spirited ethical individuals who fulfill our dharmic ideal of a Maryada Purushottam, a person of true respect, as Lord Rama was and still is to many Indians, even today. I would encourage the GSK Social Lab to provide and nurture those aspects of individual development: respect, ethics, inclusiveness, social consciousness that our higher education system, pardon me, has not addressed sufficiently.
Attitude.
Yes.
An attitude of gratitude.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
So I think I have brought you on a long journey in a very short time, from information technology to social responsibility to practicing your personal dharma. Is it too much to handle?
No.
You did not conceive of all this when you ventured on a social lab. But what use is my inaugural address if I don't set seemingly impossible goals for you to aspire to? What use your initiative if you don't dream to reach out to the apparently unattainable? As Browning once said, and these are my favorite lines, "Oh, that a man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what is heaven for?" Thank you all very much, and I look forward to seeing the GSK Social Lab grow and flourish.